Morning Blitz begins now.
Hey, welcome to your Tuesday. It's going to be a high of about 35 today. Looks like tonight we could get some of that weather rolling in. By tomorrow, could have some of the more of that wintry mix, the sleet and snow, possible ice as well. So be prepared for that. Good morning, Kelly. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. How are you?
Not too bad. Thick, what's going on?
I'm good. I know you're excited about the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary special.
Yeah.
It's coming up Sunday.
Yep.
Do you know Saturday night they're going to air the first ever episode?
I saw that.
Have you guys ever seen it?
I've seen clips. I haven't seen the whole thing.
I've never seen it.
Yeah,
so
I've probably just seen clips as well.
I started
interested.
watching Saturday Night, the movie that was recently released about the first episode. It's not, kind of a makeshift about the first episode, but I got sidetracked, so I have to go back and restart it and watch it again. But it looks entertaining.
Speaking of watching things, have you guys seen the show Apple Cider Vinegar on Netflix? It's based on a true story. It's like 7 episodes about this wellness influencer. Absolutely happened. This woman named Belle Gibson, who got millions of followers on claims that she cured her own stage 4 brain cancer with just nutrition and things like that. The whole thing was a lie. She never had brain cancer. But all these people who actually had cancer were following her protocol.
Not surprised.
It is a wild... I'm only on episode 2. It is so far a really wild show, but it's called Apple Cider Vinegar.
So she got rich?
She got rich, yes, but she also somehow was discovered. So again, it's based on that true story, so I'm sure there's some fiction in it as well. But so far, this is a wild story.
And that's the thing, when you're dealing with something like stage 4 cancer and you've been to the doctor for years, you'll try anything. So if something new information like this comes along, you're going to give it a try.
Exactly. Because it's almost like this answer from heaven about how you can heal your own body naturally, and it feels so right.
Yeah. That's not how any of this works. Also in the news, and zero politics on this show, but I can't help but laugh. I don't know. This is now a new federal law that has just been signed into executive order. President Trump is banning the federal use of paper straws.
Back to plastic, baby.
Back to plastic. No more ordering of plastic straws in federal orders, federal buildings.
Or paper?
Paper straws.
What the hell's a paper straw?
Okay, I have used a paper straw, and they're terrible. They collapse in on themselves.
Now, you've definitely used a paper straw before. You just don't know it.
There was a whole movement to replace plastic straws with paper straws. That was a big, huge movement.
Here's the thing. His argument is they don't work.
They suck.
And I'm not denying that. However, you can't deny the harm that plastic straws cause in the oceans and things. So I get it. After one drink, by the time you finished your drink, the plastic straw has collapsed on it, or the paper straw has collapsed on itself. Yeah. So you get a new paper straw.
Yeah.
I've never used a paper straw. I have not.
You absolutely have.
Yeah, they're not great. But although I'm with you on the fact that we need to get rid of plastic, because there's just an insane amount of plastic being used. Like the banning by Giant Eagle of plastic bags, yet everything they sell is locked in a plastic container.
Yeah.
Right.
What are we doing?
Here's the thing. As of right now, the equivalent of one full garbage truck of plastic is dumped into the ocean every single second.
Ugh.
I got news for you.
Yikes.
You got plastic particles in your brain.
No, of course.
Everybody does. That was just a study came out last week.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then the forever chemicals that come from the plastics, and it's just, killing us slowly.
Trump says that, don't worry, I don't think the plastic is going to affect the shark very much as they're eating and munching their way through the ocean. So, if you work in federal buildings, know that your plastic straws will be returned.
All right.
Let's get to the The Blitz Morning Trivia Thick. What you got?
All right, $25 up for grabs to water beds and stuff if you're the first one who can text in the correct answer at 99700. So the NFL season is over. Looking to the future, the NFL announced they will play a game in 2026 for the first time in what country? The game will be in 2026, and it will be played in this country for the first time. Tell us the country at 99700. If you're first, you get the gift card.
Okay, day number 7 of the new version of the Morning Blitz. And, it's a learning process, and I just learned something new.
Okay.
We have got a bipolar studio. It was, air conditioning was just blasting for the past 5 minutes, and now it's a sauna in here, and the heat has just turned on.
Yeah, I went over and changed something.
That's...
I was freezing.
No, I was too. I was completely, but now...
It is 90 degrees in here.
Now it's coming down like a sauna.
Yes.
Let's get the answer to Blitz Morning Trivia Thick. What you got?
All right. So in 2026, the NFL announced they will play a game in this country. It'll be the very first time. What is the country? Either of you know?
I do.
I don't.
It's Australia.
It is in Melbourne, at the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
Do you mean Melbourne?
Is it Melbourne?
Yeah.
Not Melbourne?
That's right.
Okay.
I said it.
Well, I mean, that part of it's spelled like,
Yeah,
the
I
born
understand.
identity,
Yep.
which is born. That's right.
Okay, I can kind of see the argument there.
So I just assumed. But the place does hold 100,000 people.
Yeah?
The stadium, the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
Cricket's huge over there.
Throw another shrimp
and-
on the bobby.
And they've already announced
No one says that there. No one. They don't say that.
they've already announced that the LA Rams will be the home team in the game, but don't know who they will be playing against. Right now, the league can schedule up to 8 games in other countries in one season. I know they got 3 games next year in London. They've got a game in Berlin and a game in Real Madrid.
Good. Spread the love.
Yeah, so
People
not
love the
everybody
sport.
agrees.
I know. Mike texted in and said it's not America. Then who really gives a blank? NFL belongs to the USA and nobody else. Really? Why? Why can't you spread the love? Should we not play any soccer over here? Should we just dump the crew?
Yes. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
That's
God,
just a
Kelly.
joke. That was just
Wow.
a huge
Trying to
joke.
start a riot?
That was a terrible joke, too,
Wow.
because we just saved the crew not 5 years ago.
Yes, because they were leaving.
Yeah, I love the crew. That was a terrible joke.
I'm glad.
Forget
I'm
I
glad
said
you said that. I don't want to see the Super Bowl move to another country. I think that belongs here.
I don't think that'll happen.
Boy, I tell you what, if we get a team in London, I can see it happening.
No. I don't think that'll ever happen in our lifetime.
No.
Never. Congratulations.
They'll call it soccer over there.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
Nick Radcliffe of Columbus was the first one to text him the correct answer, so he's got $25 to water beds and stuff.
Congratulations, Nick. I saw this question pop up, and it really did make me think for a second, because I've seen it at quite a few workplaces, this one included. So it got me thinking, because we're all coffee drinkers here.
Yes.
I've been drinking coffee. I can't tell you how long. You get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, part of your work day.
Yep.
And every place I have worked, every single radio station I have worked, been fortunate enough that we've got some sort of coffee maker, whether it's one of those industrial ones that's hooked up to the water line or anything down to a Keurig, and they bring in the pods.
Yeah.
And we've got the coffee packs in the drawer that we can go and rip open and start a new pot of coffee anytime we want.
For free.
Exactly. Now, here's the thing. Someone brought up the fact that, a lot of people do it for the caffeine. Some people do it for the taste. It's fine. What if you're not a coffee drinker? Because also sitting next to the coffee machine, we have got a vending machine.
Yeah.
With Coke, Diet Coke. And I know a lot of people, what if you start your day with a Diet Coke? Why are we as coffee drinkers allowed our beverage of choice for free in the morning?
And tea.
And tea.
And hot chocolate.
If you're not a coffee drinker, and let's say you want your Diet Coke. It kind of goes along the same. I've heard this argument for years, too, for the smokers out there that got an extra 3 breaks a day, 4 breaks a day to go outside and smoke their cigarettes. If you're a non-smoker, Do you get to take that extra 20 minutes sometime during the day to do
Companies
whatever you
do
want with?
that?
Do what?
Let you have extra breaks to smoke?
Break?
Yeah,
That's
to
just
go out and
normal.
smoke. Yeah. If you want to go
Out to
smoke
have
a
a
cigarette,
smoke?
I'll be back. I'm going to go smoke a cigarette.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
So, why is it, or is there an argument to be made that they should start carrying 12 packs of Coke or Diet Coke in the fridge for the employees that don't drink coffee?
Are you solving a crime spree right now that's happening in this building? This crime spree of Diet Cokes. Somebody stealing Diet Cokes that somebody purchased and put in the fridge.
Really?
I'm not a pop drinker, really. I don't drink Diet Coke, but somebody else in the building loves it and needs their Diet Coke. And there's been a heist. One here, one there.
Is that why the sign's on the fridge?
That's why the sign is on the fridge.
So it's not your house, don't take other people's food?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the reason for that. So somebody is trying to get a free Diet Coke.
Couple of drops of Visine in your Diet Coke and put it in the fridge.
Oh.
You'll know who's stealing your Diet Coke real quick.
When they drop dead?
No, it'll just clear out the digestive tract.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Although, on the flip side to that, I know the person that has the Diet Coke.
Yes.
And this person has no. This is the person I'm living with. This is the person that allowed me to stay in their house while I'm trying to find.
Yeah, he's a super generous dude.
Yes.
Like super nice.
He is.
But, you can't be stealing like 5, 6, 7, 10 Diet Cokes from somebody. You can't do that.
I agree, but you also know that is basically his single day intake. On his kitchen table right now, he has got about 47 2-liters of Diet Coke.
No kidding.
I kid you not.
What?
Yes. And that doesn't include the 8 packs of 20-ounce bottles he has under his desk. That doesn't include what's in the basement. I mean,
Here in the fridge with his name on it.
He needs a button like Trump has. Trump has a Diet Coke button in the Oval Office. He pushes, they bring him a Diet Coke.
Yep.
He needs one of those
It's like that. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So I'm just saying, here's to your argument. If you would rather have Diet Coke than coffee, I'd say you might have an argument to go to your boss.
I mean, you
What's
have a
the
point.
cost differential? That's what I want to know. On providing.
That's a valid question.
I don't know that it should matter, but I mean, if you go by the cost of a K-Cup, it's...
K-Cup's about 11, 12 cents, depending on which one
where
you get.
are you getting K-Cups?
If you buy them in the 12-pack or the 48-pack.
I buy a 100-pack.
Yeah, they're about 12 cents.
$33. So it's 33 cents, really.
33 cents? Okay.
It's not the same amount as... Well, I guess you can make a cup of coffee as
Right.
big as you want. But
Exactly.
So
I'm
I think
just
it's
saying.
close.
Hey, what if I wanted to drink Pappy Van Winkle in the morning? I mean, dude, I expect them to pay for that?
Okay, now you're taking it a bit far.
Well...
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
I just had to throw it out there first. I watched The Dirt yet again yesterday.
Oh, really?
What a great movie.
I love it.
It's my afternoon movie. I loved it. It's such a good job with that movie.
Fantastic.
In terms of like musical biographies, they did a really good job with that one. That's up there. All right, you're not so breaking news. First story, continuing talks about the penny and what may happen to the penny as President Trump has directed the Treasury Department to stop minting new pennies because they cost more than a penny to produce. It's kind of up in the air. Some people say it costs, about 2 cents. This report says it's about 3.7 cents to produce pennies. So it's it's expensive. According to the U.S. Mint, here's the problem. It's a little more nuanced than just the cost of making a penny versus what the penny is valued at. Because here's a couple of the problems that go into getting rid of the penny. It's going to cause us to use more nickels, obviously, because we're not going to be using pennies anymore. Problem with that is nickels cost more to make than nickels are worth. And not only that, the gap is bigger. So we're going to need more nickels if we don't have any pennies. And to produce more nickels, it's going to cost more than it would to make the pennies. It costs about 13.8 cents to make a nickel.
Oh, really?
Versus what the nickel is worth.
Oh, so it's way worse than the penny.
Yes.
What about a quarter?
Valid question. I don't know.
The dime is much smaller than the nickel.
Right.
So I wonder if it's cheaper than a nickel.
Valid question. Here's the other problem. It will cause a rise in prices for consumers. Because if we don't have pennies, you're not going to find the cost 99 cents anymore. And there's not one company That's going to round down if we get rid of the pennies. Right. They are all going to round up. In fact, Canada stopped minting their 1 cent piece in 2012. And in 2018, they did an economic analysis and found that Canadians paid $3.27 million more at the grocery store each year because everything was rounded up. So, will that continue? Hard to say.
I mean, we've got to go cashless.
That was the other thing. Are we going to go cashless?
We should.
There's a big push towards a cashless society.
But you do have issues with being cashless with people who don't have bank accounts, who, things like that.
Or if the power goes out.
However, I am thinking about starting my own cryptocurrency if we're heading in that direction.
Here we go.
I mean, I am looking for investors and et cetera.
What is the name of your cryptocurrency?
I haven't really come up with it. Do you have any ideas?
Kelly Coin.
Ooh.
Kelly Coin's not bad.
K-Coin.
Okay.
K-Coin sounds more
I don't, I feel like you're going to start saying, it should be 2Ks, and then we're getting awfully close to something I don't want to be associated with. So let's, maybe we can spitball some names. But anyway, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we should be cashless at this point, but there are some tricky things to work out.
Very tricky things to work out. Like you said, if there's some sort of digital crash, back to wampum. I'm going to trade you my beaver pelt for what you got going on over there. That's a slippery slope.
I guarantee you, if they do this, there will be a lot of people screaming, "Oh, this is just a way for them to control us because now they can cut off our money with the flip of a switch."
Yeah.
Same thing they said about the electric cars.
Yeah, absolutely. This is not the way to start your life together. Police in Wisconsin arrested a 22-year-old woman named Kaylee Bratner after she stabbed her fiancé in the neck during an argument about their wedding venue. Oh. If you can't agree on a wedding venue, or you're going to stab your significant other over it, this relationship was not meant to be. The fiancé claims...
I'm not going to hear this argument. I see if she's justified in any way.
Well, and here's the thing. They don't say what the argument was about. It's just a matter of who confronted who, because the boyfriend claims that Kaylee was the aggressor, and then she got out of control when the conversation got heated, and he was trying to leave out the door when he felt the pain in the back of his neck, and he was stabbed. However, Kaylee claims it was self-defense, and she picked up the knife because she was scared. She said the stabbing happened when she put her hands up, and he was coming towards her.
Who has a knife on them? Ready to do some stabbing.
Unless they were in the kitchen.
They were in a vehicle, right?
No.
Is that what you said?
No.
Oh.
No, they were in the house.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
There's no indication that the boyfriend's injuries were life-threatening, and it sounds like right now the police are more kind of on his side because she was the one that got arrested after the investigation.
Yeah.
So, again, if you're at the level where you're ready to stab your fiancé, I'd say just call the wedding off. That is not a strong start to the relationship. Hey, we're just about 12 minutes away from the 7 o'clock hour, which means your chance at incarceration tickets if you want to go to the Music and Tattoo Festival coming up the 18th of July through the 20th at the Ohio State Reformatory. Five Finger Death Punch, Slipknot, Falling in Reverse, Marilyn Manson, and a whole bunch more. Your chance to win sometime in the 7 o'clock hour. Hopefully you were listening to Ronnie at 420 as she announced the incarceration song of the day. When you hear it, give us a call. Get yourself a pair of tickets and be in the running for those VIP tickets as well. We are just a couple days away from Valentine's Day. I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday or maybe Friday? Shared with you the story of the Memphis Zoo, where for $10 you can buy they will name some elephant poop after your ex. Well, do not fret. They are not the only ones. If you feel like you would like to get even with your ex, there are multiple ways to do so, including throwing axes at your ex. Yes, this axe throwing company in Philly will post up a picture of your ex and have people chuck axes at your ex.
Wow, that
seems a little dark.
Yeah.
Yep. This company in Texas will light your ex's stuff on fire. They've got a big, huge type, one of those super hot conducting ovens.
Okay.
And so if you own any of your ex's stuff,
they'll cremate it
they
for you?
will cremate it for you.
All right.
Yep. So that's an option for you out of Texas. You have got the name a cockroach trend, which will then be fed to an animal at the San Antonio Zoo. If you consider your ex to be a cockroach, they will name one for you, and then that cockroach will be fed to a reptile. Let's see. You can also... there's a couple of crap on them stories where you can now... Let's see. That's the Memphis one. I got to click on this other one here because this one will allow you to crap on them as well. The Humane's crappy ex will put your ex's picture in the animal cages at their Humane Society so that the animals can crap all over them. Are you raising your hand?
Yeah. I'm going to say for half the price, I will counsel you for 15 minutes on how to shake the dust off your feet and move on from your ex. All right, half price.
Half price.
15-minute conversation. I'm gonna really help you move on, so you don't have to purchase any of these silly things to crap on the stuff your ex wants on.
I'd love to hear one of the steps.
Well, I haven't formulated it yet. And plus, I don't give it out for free. I just
you got to pay for it. Yeah,
you've got to pay for it.
Right.
Well, maybe half the price of $25 because for $25, an animal shelter in Michigan called Heaven Can Wait Animal Haven will take a feral or lost cat that they found on the streets, name it after your ex, and neuter them so you can neuter your ex.
I do love that. We're going to take care of some cats in the meantime.
Yep, they're going to take care of cats. The cats that take in the stray cats will then get neutered. They will name the cat after your ex and then straight up neuter them.
I endorse that one.
So, those are all things you can jump on if you want to. Speaking of pets and stray pets, this is actually an important piece of information. If you have yourself a pet and that pet was microchipped when you adopted it, which a lot of humane societies do, or adoption centers, they will automatically microchip the animal, or maybe you got it done at the vet, be known that there is a Texas-based chip company called Save This Life, and they are a big animal locator microchip company. They went under. They really didn't make any announcement. They just shut their doors. So if your pet is registered with this company, Save This Life, it will not come up when they get scanned.
Wow.
So
you need a new chip.
You don't need a new chip. You just need to re-register the information because they most likely gave you a piece of paper. They gave you a pamphlet. It's got your chip number and all the important information. So all you have to do is re-register that chip at another microchip company that does this, whether it be with your vet or let's see, there's a few that do it for free, or you can do it for less than $20. But you definitely want to have your pet's chip number on file, so if for some reason they get out, they can still scan it and find you, because as of right now, they might not be able to do so.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So make sure that you get that done online right now.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
It's now up to the Ohio General Assembly to approve former Ohio State football coach Jim Tressel as the next lieutenant governor of Ohio. Governor DeWine yesterday nominated Tressel to fill the vacant seat, calling him a natural-born leader. Tressel says when DeWine made the offer to him on February 1st, he was surprised.
When he brought up this thought, I said, well, obviously I need to talk to Ellen. She said, it sounds like God has more work for you to do.
It is expected Tressel's nomination will fly through the Republican-led House and Senate. Tressel recently retired as president of Youngstown State University. A collapsed landing gear is the apparent cause of a deadly plane crash near Phoenix involving a private jet owned by Motley Crue lead singer Vince Neil and a Gulfstream jet owned by actor Vince Vaughn. Neither Neil nor Vaughn were on the planes yesterday afternoon when the Learjet veered off the runway after landing at Scottsdale Airport and smashed into Vaughn's stationary Gulfstream, which was empty. The co-pilot on Neil's plane was killed. Neil's girlfriend, Rain, and her friend, Ashley, were on board, and they were injured and hospitalized. They also had dogs with them. Those dogs did survive. Ronnie Hunter made a really great blog post with way more detail on theblitz.com if you are interested in reading more.
I honestly just shocked either Vince can afford their own private plane. I'm not saying they can't afford to fly private, but to own your own private plane?
You can see, based on plane size, which person makes more money.
Oh, which one? What do you know? Which
Vaughn's plane is enormous.
How?
It's enormous. I don't know. Vince Neil's plane.
He's the worst.
Yeah.
He is the worst.
You really hate him, huh?
I can't say. He plays the same part in every single movie. The worst. Sorry, it's my tangent.
So private jets can range anywhere from $2 million to $100 million.
Right.
So I mean,
but it's not the purchase of the plane. It's the upkeep. It's the staff. Yeah. It's just the annual cost of operating a private plane.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. So Vince Vaughn is not on your list of favorites. I'm gathering.
He's at the bottom.
He's at the bottom.
If he never made another movie, be A-okay.
If you paid Thick Rick like $20, he'll crap on Vince Vaughn's picture for you.
Oh, okay.
All right. Listen, Kanye West, can we get this guy deported? As long as we're deporting people? Let's get this guy out of the United States. This guy is an absolute scourge upon society.
Goose banned him from the house.
Did you?
I did. Yeah, the 16-year-old is a fan. And actually, I think it was just this past Christmas, he got like these 8x11 pictures of his different album covers that he put on his wall. They're coming down.
Yeah,
Good
for you.
He will not be played in the house anymore.
Good for you. It's
I'm not
nuts.
kidding.
This is a really serious and awful thing that's going on with Kanye West, and it's not new. But let me first tell you that Kanye ran a local ad during the Super Bowl for Yeezy.com, his fashion and shoe brand. The commercial only ran on 3 TV stations in the Los Angeles area during the game Sunday night. And it was weird. Kanye was shown like lying down at the dentist, shooting the commercial on an iPhone with sunglasses on.
So what's up, guys? I spent like all the money for the commercial on these new teeth. So once again, I had to shoot it on the iPhone.
Oh, God.
Go to Yeezy.com.
Go to Yeezy.com. Okay, so about an hour after this ad ran, Kanye deleted all the normal merch from Yeezy.com and replaced it with one white t-shirt with a black swastika. $20. It's still up if you want to go look at it. It's absolutely insane that this person is not hospitalized, number one.
Well, it's apparent that he is obviously bipolar, schizophrenic. He has mental health issues, but that is not an excuse for the thing. I mean, literally came out yesterday and said, I love Hitler.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a Nazi. Like,
yes.
Kiss my ass.
And then deactivated his account. I'm assuming he did it himself. I don't know that it was X that deactivated. I could be wrong. But, there's something really alarming about this human being that we allow, to just continue to roam free out there without treatment.
Well, like I said, now permanently banned in the house. And when I was texting Nora about it, and thankfully she fully agrees, him being my stepson, she obviously has last approval, if you will, but she completely agrees on the whole thing. And I told her, I'm all about separating the art from the artist.
Right.
I mean, you could look at any of the musicians or people we look up to that did some terrible things and separating the art from the artist. But there is a line that you get to. And back in the day, there were, there's a good half a dozen Kanye songs that I had on my playlist. I think he put out some good music. I think it was good. But at this point, you've gone too far.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no going back after that.
No. All right. Those are your 3 things.
99.7 The Blitz. It's Blitz Mornings. Goose, Kelly, Thick Rick. Good morning. We've got tickets for Queens of the Stone Age and the Kills announced yesterday. Kimba Live Outdoor. Tuesday, June 17th. Tickets go on sale this Friday. You'll be able to pick them up at access.com, but we'll have tickets every day this week. And today, we're going to play a little game called Secret Sound. I was floating around on the interwebs yesterday, and I came across a video. And this is an attempt at a Guinness World Record, I'll tell you that much. But that's all I'm going to tell you. So, Kel, I want to see if you can. I want you to take a listen to this clip. And this is someone attempting a Guinness World Record. All you have to identify is what this person is doing. What is the secret sound? And we will give you a pair of tickets for Queens of the Stone Age and the Kills. Take a listen.
Like ping pong?
800-821-9970. 800-821-9970. Right now. Give us a call right now if you can identify that sound. Lot of options there as to what that could be. I mean, I will tell you this. It's a good guess, Kelly. Not ping pong.
Not ping pong.
We will
okay.
eliminate that one right now.
All right.
It is not ping pong. 1-800-821-9970 if you've got a guess as to what the secret sound is. Let's see. Blitz, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, who's this?
This is Ray.
All right, Ray. What is that secret sound?
It sounds like he's playing table tennis by himself.
It does sound like he's playing table tennis by himself, but that is not it. No. But I appreciate the guess. Thank you so much. 99.7 The Blitz. Good morning. Who's this?
This is Tara.
Tara. All right, Tara, turn your radio down for me.
Okay.
There we go, Tara. What is your guess as to what the secret sound is?
I believe it's a horse.
A horse. It's a good guess, but it is not a horse. Does sound like a horse galloping a little bit. Not quite. 99.7 The Blitz. Who's this?
Hey, it's Rick.
Hey, Rick. What is the secret sound?
Is it one of those paddleboard things?
Paddleboard. Not a paddleboard. No, but thank you for the call.
Give him play it again a little
Yeah,
bit.
give it one more try.
That's hard.
Not easy. It does sound like the person following King Arthur in Search for the Holy Grail.
It does.
Where they're
coconuts?
slapping the
Yes.
coconuts
Yeah.
together,
Yes.
but that is not it. 99.7 The Blitz, good morning.
Yeah, I think they're stacking cups.
Stacking cups. That's that new thing where they do the stack cupping competition, but that is not it.
Good guess.
Good guess. 99.7 The Blitz, good morning. Hello? Oh, so sorry. 99.7 The Blitz, good morning.
Hey, you
Hi.
got an answer yet?
Not yet. What is the secret sound?
I am guessing it's cup stacking.
Not cup stacking. No, 2 in a row. Not cup stacking. 99.7 The Blitz, good morning.
Good morning. Is it a pogo stick?
Pogo stick. World record pogo stick attempt. That is not it. 99.7 The Blitz. Turn your radio down for me. Who's this?
This is Heather.
Heather, what is the secret sound?
Pogoing?
Pogoing. No. Why do we keep getting double guesses? Everyone's thinking the same thing. That is not it. Good guess. 99.7 The Blitz. Hello.
Is it a pogo stick?
Hey, this is Rick.
Hey, Rick, what is the secret sound?
I think it's tap dancing.
Oh, tap
That's
dancing.
good.
That's a good one. No. One more time. Secret sound. Take a listen. Again.
So we know it's not. You want to say what it's not?
Pogo, horse galloping,
Cup stacking,
ping pong. None of those.
No tap dancing.
Let's do one more round. 1-800-821-9970. The Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, it's Trucker Tim.
All right, what's going on, man? What is your guess for the secret sound?
Is it playing the spoons?
Oh, playing the spoons.
Yes.
No. Boy, if I was a band member, I would want to play the spoons. 99.7 The Blitz. Hi, who's this?
It's Belinda.
Glenda, the Good Witch?
Yes.
Okay, good, great.
No, it's Belinda with a B.
Belinda. I'm sorry. Belinda, what is the secret sound?
Tapping spoons?
Tapping spoons? How do we keep getting these double guesses? No. All right, one more. 99.7 The Blitz. Good morning.
Hey, how you doing? This is Brad. Is it ham bone? The ham bone where you do the...
Oh, the ham bone.
What is the ham bone? Oh, you do the old... Yeah, no, that is not it. But good guess. What would that world record be? The fastest ham boning?
Yeah.
I guess so.
That's the only thing I can think of.
You don't want to Google that, though. Trust me.
No, you do not want to Google fastest ham boning. That would be like the time That would be like the time that I went to Google search images of grandfather clock and I forgot the L.
Oh my God! No.
I don't know. There are no words when enough stories come out of your state that just about every week you can get your own segment that we call WTF. What the Florida? These stories are just mind-boggling. Have you ever been behind on a payment and you get a little concernicus? You're like, what's going to happen? You know, if it's your house, it could get repoed. If it's your credit card, maybe they'll shut it down or, you know, maybe start charging you exuberant late fees. And if you have a car, there's a good chance you don't make some payments, they're going to come and get it. However, usually they give you some sort of leeway. I mean, I don't know the actual rules. What is it?
How much leeway did they give you, Thick, before they repoed your car?
What?
I think 2 payments. I think after the second
when
payment
was this?
passed. Oh, like not long after I graduated high school.
It was your first car, right, that you bought on your own?
Yeah.
Okay, truth be told, I actually had the exact same thing happen. Yeah. So I don't mean to laugh. I had the exact same thing happen.
Yeah, my first car was a primer gray Chevy Nova for $500. This one was a Pontiac Firebird that was a lot more than $500.
Right.
And he watched it all happen from his
3
bedroom.
o'clock in the morning, I like, what's that? No, I look out and he just got it hooked up and was.
See, mine was the middle of the afternoon. I was like coming back. I think I had actually like walked to the grocery store across the street, and as I was coming back, the owner of the dealership was there because it was one of those like pay here,
buy
finance.
Here, buy here.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know if it was 2 or 3 months, but they said we can do, if you just hand us the keys, we can make this really easy. We're taking the car nonetheless.
Is that one where they get, it's like you pay weekly? It's like
something
$40 a week.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like $200 a week. I mean, it was like, they charge like 19% interest or 22% interest, something ridiculous. However, again, I think it was like 3 months when they did it. Not for this dealership. No, this car dealership owner is now going to spend 8 years in jail for carjacking because it was 1 day after the 30-day mark. This guy showed up to take this 2020 Honda Civic away from a gentleman who bought it at his dealership. And the owner didn't want to give up the car keys, and the owner of the car dealership had a gun. And literally carjacked the guy. And here's the thing.
Without the gun, I feel like maybe he could make a case for himself, but with a gun, you've got no case.
Well, and that's the thing, because in the sales paperwork, it was stated that the finance company and the owner of the car dealership, it states if he was late on a payment within the first 2 months of the loan, then the finance company could demand the approximate value of it being paid back in full or the car being taken back. Now, here's the downside. It was the first payment on the car. The guy had just gotten the car. He set up auto pay. There was a NSF fee. The check bounced from the auto pay. I get it. I've played the auto pay game before. Try and get that money in before the money comes out.
Right.
But to be carjacked 31 days after you buy your car, come on. Give the guy a little bit of a break. Story number 2 in WTF. What the Florida comes out of Clearwater, Florida, where two people had to be told, excuse me, you can't do that in front of our window. This is a Wendy's. There were 2 guests, Demetra Wilson and Tamario Morel, who were caught in the act outside of a Wendy's. Apparently, possibly, maybe waiting for the bus, because directly in front of the Wendy's was a bus stop, and they were seen laying side by side in the grass. And I'm reading this directly from the article. I love how this is worded. Wilson, unencumbered by pants, was on her right side with her buttocks facing her partner. Merrill's pants were pulled down, and he was in a turgid state as he repetitively engaged with Wilson. I mean, I guess that's one way you can describe doing the deed in front of a Wendy's.
Engaged.
Repetitively engaged with Wilson. Good for you. Just is that? I mean, I just want to know, how was Wilson packing? Was he the Baconator or the son of the Baconator? That's what I want to know. 99.7 The Blitz. It's Blitz Mornings. Goose, Kelly, Thick, Rick. Good morning. Carl's on the phone. Carl, good morning.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, Carl. Congratulations. Bodies, yes. By Drowning Pool, the incarceration song of the day, you have got yourself a pair of tickets for the Incarceration Music and Tattoo Festival, Falling in Reverse, Slipknot, Five Finger Death Punch, Marilyn Manson, and more at the Ohio State Reformatory that is coming up July 18th. Congratulations. You are also now in the running for VIP passes as well that we'll give away at the end of the week for all of the winners. Will be in that drawing, okay?
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Real quick, before you go, we were having a conversation off the air following up on this WTF story. This is What the Florida story. This couple caught outside of a Wendy's, and the police report used the word turgid to describe the gentleman's manhood. Out of curiosity, have you ever used that adjective to describe your manhood before? Turgid? No? You've never said to the wife, "Hey, honey, I've got a turgid weighing right now. We got to head upstairs."
No, I don't believe I've actually expressed it that way before.
Well, hey.
But I've said all kinds of other crazy stuff.
Hey, Valentine's Day is only 4 days away, so put that in the repertoire for Friday night. I am turgid. Let's go. Well, Carl, congratulations. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, and 4:20 this afternoon, Ronnie will have another song to let you know to listen to tomorrow during the 7 o'clock hour, and you can win yourself some passes for the Incarceration Festival as well. All right, so following up on this story from yesterday, there was a man who went on a cruise and unfortunately got sick. Oh man, I can't. That would put a damper on your day, no matter how sick you are. Even a little sick on a cruise, I wouldn't want to deal with. But he had to go to the infirmary on the ship and didn't really say what they did, but he had the flu. So we're assuming electrolytes, maybe a saline IV of some sort, Dramamine for the seasickness. But when he got off the boat, it was a $47,000 bill.
Criminal.
That's unbelievable. And now he's in a fight because he had vacation insurance, but the vacation insurance is waiting to see what his health insurance does, and the health insurance company is waiting to see what the vacation insurance company does. Right. So he's just kind of caught in the middle with this $47,000 bill. So I want to know if you've ever had a vacation ruined. What went down on your vacation, whether it was an illness or something else? Because I can say, knock on wood, I've never had a vacation ruined before.
Nice.
I've had, I don't know, maybe half a day taken away from a hangover, but that's really about it.
Yeah, that's good.
Have you ever had a vacation ruined, Kelly?
Well, I was in my 20s, single, going to Florida with a group of friends. The day before, I was at work with the very friends I was going to Florida with. We decided we're going to order Chinese. We all work together, order Chinese. I destroyed an order of shrimp toast. It was amazing. That night, it was over for me. I was so sick and sweating. My insides were blasting out the nearest exits. It was a nightmare.
Bad seafood, man. It's rough.
Get through this awful night. Our flight is the next morning. I'm weak. I'm pale, shaking. I board this flight because I am not missing this trip.
Right.
I was like, oh, this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good. And it was not. It was not. I spent my first 2 days in Fort Lauderdale, a shell of my former self. But I did eventually get better about midweek, and then finished out the vacation pretty strong. But I would say that was a real night. To be on a flight with a foodborne illness.
Okay.
Oh.
Quick side note. I don't want to detour from the conversation, but a quick side note, because this just came up like not even 2 weeks ago. Let's say you're on the flight, and whether it's a foodborne illness or maybe you suffer from IBS, which I know people do. You're on the taxi, you're on the runway, the plane's speeding up, you're taking off, and it hits you.
Yeah.
Do you get up and run to the bathroom, Or do you sit there in your seat? Because if you get up and run to the restroom, there's a chance you're on that no-fly list. You're going to get yelled at. But do you explain yourself that, look, you're either going to have a disaster in 27A, or you let me use the restroom even though it's unsafe during takeoff?
I'm going to try. I'm going to try to talk to them and say, look, I'm
running to the bathroom. Yeah. I'm not sitting in the seat. There's no way.
You got to have a pit diaper. I mean, you have to know yourself well enough.
Fair enough. Vic, you ever have a vacation ruined before?
Oh, dude. Yeah. My wife and I went to Aruba. It's been about 8 years now. 8 years ago. We got there on a Friday afternoon. Great evening. Next morning, we got up. We're like, let's go jump in the pool. Just wake up, and then we'll get this first day started. So it's our day number 1, our first full day there. We get down by the pool. They got, I don't know what it is in the Caribbean, all over the Caribbean. They got this slippery tile around the pools. I don't get it.
Oh.
She slipped on the tile, fell, and broke her wrist. Day 1. And you ever been to an Aruba hospital?
Have not.
Dude, chicken running across the emergency room floor. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Actually, Aruba is a Dutch country.
Right.
So it's, and it was actually.
But it takes up the day waiting?
Yeah.
X-rays,
So the emergency room was fine. The hospital was nice. All the doctors there were from like Holland or whatever. And, but we also had the issue with the insurance. We had vacation insurance and our health insurance, and they're both like, well, what are they paying? Well, what are they paying? And it's what a racket that is. I mean, what a pain in the ass
for sure.
that crap is. But so here's my wife, in a cast for the entire week. In Aruba, she can't go in the ocean.
Did it ruin? You can't go in the ocean.
It ruined it for her. Yeah. I tried to stay positive because she felt so bad.
Right.
And I'm like, it wasn't even her fault, and because that kind of stuff happens so fast.
Yeah,
just a slip and fall.
That's it.
And so so now we're waiting to go back and do it right here soon, hopefully.
Doug says during a vacation to Florida when I was 6, we went to the beach, completely riddled with jellyfish. My sister stepped on one and got stung. I got the worst sunburn I've ever had in my life, and I also stole/borrowed my grandma's 3-wheeled bicycle and wrecked it into her mailbox and broke it. That's a bad vacation all the way around. 800-821-9970. Give us a call. What ruined your vacation? How'd your vacation get ruined? How was your vacation ruined? Was it as bad as going on a cruise and getting the flu and then stepping off with a $47,000 bill? I mean, a broken arm on the first day, that's kind of a bummer, especially if you're in a beach locale.
Yeah, in another country.
Yeah.
Can I tell you real quick, though, the emergency room, to x-ray her, put her in traction to straighten it out, and put a cast on her wrist, $650.
Yeah.
You know what that would cost here?
Yeah.
Probably
$47,000.
Yeah, probably $47,000.
That's exactly it. Gary says, I was in North Carolina in the Outer Banks and had to evacuate because of a hurricane. I would say that's probably the worst. Yeah, that would be the worst.
That's a huge bummer.
We did spring break in Orlando and did the parks. And one day we planned on going to a water park, and we had like a good day and a half of rain. Like the water park day was kind of ruined by the weather. But again, that's not too bad when you look at the whole thing. Drew said, once on a cruise, my aunt got hit by a car after we rented a scooter on the island we ported on.
Oh, no.
She had to take the whole rest of the trip and stay in her bedroom, but the bathroom was too small, so I had to wheel her down to the public bathroom every so many hours to make sure she didn't hurt herself.
Oh,
man.
Elizabeth Kirk says, my 10-year-old son developed a stomach bug 10 minutes into a road trip to Disney, which we began on Christmas night. Nowhere to get meds, so we turned around, got him taken care of, slept a few hours at home, and then tried again. So that's a bad start.
Chris dropped 8 hits of LSD hours before a mandatory evacuation from Emerald Island, North Carolina due to a hurricane. 3 days into the vacation, spent the next few hours tripping in the backseat of my grandpa's car. Oh, man. With the hurricane coming, I can't even imagine.
All right, here's an interesting one. Jason says, took a little 4-day weekend trip to Niagara Falls with my ex-wife years ago. Thought I'd spice up the weekend by taking Cialis. After 1 hour and 1 pill, I didn't think it was working, so I took a second one. Needless to say, it ruined the whole weekend.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see. Worst vacation I ever had. I went to Vegas, gambled, got a room, bunch of money, wound up married. Worst vacation ever. Okay. I guess if you're going to lose a bunch of money and get married, which obviously didn't work out, that could be a bad vacation.
Lisa's vacation was ruined. First full day at the beach. Kid woke up with a fever and a sore throat. Went to urgent care. Had strep throat. Last full day at the beach. The other kid woke up with strep throat. And they had to sit at urgent care all day.
Oh, no.
Joshua, I'm originally from Denver, and my wife and I went out for a wedding. It was her first trip to Denver ever. The first day there, she found out she's pregnant. And then she got hit with altitude sickness. I can tell you, as someone who lived in Denver for many years, people that come out and visit, altitude sickness is a thing, especially if you decide to go up into the mountains. You got to be real careful on the amount of water you drink, and you got to be even more careful if you're visiting friends or it's a vacation and you go out drinking. You don't realize how much that changes when you go drinking in Denver or in the higher elevations. With your blood being thinner, you get drunk a whole lot easier at that altitude.
So we were talking about what do you do on the plane if you got to go, like right at takeoff, and Mindy had a situation like that. She said, I flew to Atlanta for my nephew's baptism, took the 6 p.m. flight out of Columbus, got to Atlanta and started feeling nauseous, just assumed it was the beer and pizza at the airport, but no. Apparently I had norovirus, and it hit me at 11 p.m. I switched my flight to the first one back to Columbus, 5 a.m. the next morning. I was afraid they wouldn't let me on the plane because of COVID, so I lied and said I was pregnant and that the vomiting was from morning sickness. And I also talked the man in the aisle seat into switching with me in case I had to make a quick run to the bathroom, which I did right before we took off.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
This person said to that, she didn't want her name mentioned, but to your point, Goose, when you're like, what happens if you have like an explosive situation and the plane is just taxiing or landing? She said she had to go to the bathroom immediately when the plane was landing. Please note, they are totally willing to let you pee yourself, have you get up.
That's ridiculous.
That was her experience.
That is absolutely ridiculous. Let's see. 6646 says, college spring break, we went to Japan to see Iron Maiden perform.
Whoa.
That's incredible. Turns out it wound up being the same time as the 2011 Fukushima earthquake.
Oh, wow.
And the concert was canceled. I've never experienced an earthquake before.
I haven't either. I mean, like a little rumble here and there. Here in Ohio, you get them. On rare occasion, you can feel a little bit of like movement, but I've never been in an earthquake. I'm really afraid of that.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
Buck said rented a beach house in Destin for a week to marry the ex. Took the whole family. Vacation was great. The actual wedding day was a nightmare. We fought that night, and she punched me.
Oh.
Needless to say, we were divorced 6 months later.
Okay. Terry says got on a plane to Orlando. They had to turn the plane around because a dude was smoking crack in the bathroom.
What?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Oh, my God.
You can't do that. I did have a half a day ruined in Vegas because we were getting ready for an early dinner, and we had what was essentially a Twix bar, but it was the extra fun chocolate Twix bar.
Gotcha.
And everyone took a bite of the Twix bar, but there was like, I'd say half to 2/3 of the Twix bar left, and I just ate it. And at dinner, I went to go grab my cup of water because it had kicked in, and I couldn't grip the cup of my hand wasn't closing. I'm staring at my hand, and I'm telling my hand to close, and it wouldn't close. And so I start tearing up because I think I'm stroking out. And I look over at my significant other at the time, and you're not stroking out. Everything's fine. And it took I had to take the rest of the day off and just go to bed. There was no operating off of that much happy Twix bar.
Yeah.
It just wasn't happening.
No, you were cooked.
No, absolutely done for. If you've got one, 800-821-9970, shoot us a text 99700. What ruined that vacation?
All right, I'm listening.
3 things you need to know before you go.
Remember back in October, 73-year-old Joanne Eckelbarger was outside working in her garden down in Asheville in Pickaway County when she was mauled to death by her neighbor's 2 dogs. You remember this happened?
Yep.
2 people were charged with felony involuntary manslaughter. Mom, Susan Withers, and adult son, Adam Withers. And those 2 are officially on trial this week. They've both pleaded not guilty. Long story short, these dogs have been a menace in this neighborhood for some time. One of them was deemed vicious by the dog warden a year ago. And that was because this particular dog had attacked a different resident and killed her dog. And then just weeks before the October attack that killed Eckelbarger, the condo association won a court order for the dogs to be removed. So this has been going on for quite some time. The article in the Dispatch today details the absolutely horrific injuries that this poor woman suffered, and also details what the responding officers had to go through at the scene with these vicious dogs. Now, both dogs are dead. They were killed at the scene, but not before one of them ran off and attacked another neighbor and killed one of her dogs. So one single dog in a neighborhood was responsible for the deaths of 2 dogs, attacking 3 neighbors, killing one of them.
That is absolute 100% jail time for the owner, and you are barred from ever owning animals again.
Agreed.
100% jail time. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable. 2 American women on vacation in the Bahamas have been injured in a shark attack. Here's a talk about ruining a vacation.
Wow. Yeah, shark attack. That'll do it.
Yeah, it happened Friday at about 6:30 p.m. while they were swimming in Bimini Bay. Both women sustained injuries to their lower bodies. One of the victims said to be seriously injured. They were both airlifted to a hospital and have since returned to the U.S. for further treatment. One of the victims requiring a 3rd surgery on her leg.
Did you say Bimini?
Bimini, yes.
So that is one of the few places I've been fortunate enough to visit outside of the country. We were actually doing our morning show live from Bimini.
Ooh, nice.
And
where did we get that deal?
One night, everyone had gone to sleep. It was probably like 1 a.m, and I was still awake. And it was still like, 80 degrees out. It was just warm breeze, full moon, no clouds. I was like, I'm just going to go like wade in the ocean, just like waist deep. Water's warm. We were there like the beginning part of September.
Yeah.
And so I did it for, 15, 20 minutes. And the next day we were doing a boating trip, and I told my friends, and the captain overheard what I said, and he goes, "Don't ever do that again. That's like feeding time, full moon, middle of," he goes, you are so lucky.
Oh my God.
How deep did you go?
A little more belly button deep. Damn. Yeah.
Woo.
He goes, "Don't ever do that again." And it was in Bimini. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Yesterday, I think you mentioned that Costco's limiting customers' egg purchases.
Yep.
Trader Joe's is doing the same. 1 dozen per customer per day in all Trader Joe's stores across the country. At Costco, you are limited to a maximum of 3 egg packages, and typically those are sold in either 2 dozen or 4 dozen cartons. So you can do pretty well at Costco, even though there is a limit. There are not all Kroger stores, but some Kroger stores are limiting you to 2 cartons at a time. Same thing with Aldi. There are no nationwide policies with Kroger and Aldi right now, but some local stores are enacting their own 2 dozen per day limit. So far, Whole Foods is not limiting. We do know that Waffle House has implemented a 50 cents per egg surcharge, and now a local diner here. It's been around for 40 years here in Grandview, DK Diner. They said they were so bummed to announce that this is only temporary, but any menu item that contains eggs, there will be a 50 cent surcharge on, because the cost of their eggs has gone up so significantly. They said they're spending an extra $6,000 a month. Just in egg price increases. Yeah. So they said it's just temporary. When these egg prices come down, they will absolutely take that 50 cent.
Are they though? That's the problem.
Yeah.
They will.
They going to come down?
Because remember, they went up before when bird flu was spreading around.
Yeah,
and
true.
they got like, I remember they were up to like 5 something a dozen.
I'm
at that
an
time,
egg
but they
fanatic.
I am too. But they came back down.
Yeah.
I believe once they get it under control.
I can't imagine not. I could go if you said, Kelly, you have to go a full year without eating an egg. I'd say, all right. The only thing I might miss is cake, because it has eggs in it.
But a recipe involving eggs, but like a couple of eggs over easy
No,
or an omelet,
don't care.
hard-boiled egg.
Don't care.
That's my breakfast every day.
Yeah. I love me
Every
some
day I
eggs
have
and-
scrambled
eggs
eggs.
and hashy bees. And oh, yeah. I'm not going without eggs.
Okay.
There's no way.
All right, those are your three things.
99.7 The Blitz. It's Blitz Mornings. Goose, Kelly, Thick, Rick. Good morning. High of about 35 today. We have some of that wintry mix rolling in probably tomorrow and then through Thursday as well. Some more of that rain, sleet, snow, could be some ice stuff.
Yay.
So be prepared for that. Today is National Make a Friend Day. If you're looking for some new friends, today would be the day to do it. I was shocked to find out 39% of adults in America I misread this. Okay, this makes more sense. No, actually it doesn't. 39% of Americans hadn't made a new friend in over a year. See, I think that number would actually be higher. Because that means 61% of Americans have made a new friend in the past year. Which, as I've gotten older, and I think a lot of people, as they age, would agree, your friendship circle gets smaller. You don't have room or time for new friends. Mm-hmm. And it does depend on what you consider a friend. Like, obviously, people you work with. Having joined the show a week and a half ago, I obviously would consider you two new friends. I think we get along great.
Yes.
That's kind of a work thing.
You think?
That
you would.
I've been trying to be friends with Kelly for 20 years, but no.
Hasn't panned out?
I last year, I said that Kelly and Charlie and me and Heather should go on a fun vacation together. No, she didn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, but there's a reason, and it's
she
not
didn't want
you.
to be my friend.
It's not that at all. You like to go on a beach vacation. I am not wearing a bathing suit in front of anybody I work with.
I didn't say it had to be a beach.
Oh,
I
really?
Go somewhere else.
Never. In fact, we were talking yesterday about maybe going to our boss's lake house. I'm absolutely not in if it involves bathing suits. I will not be there.
Well, you don't have to.
I need to be dressed head to toe.
Really?
Really.
Yeah.
I'm not doing any kind of thing where I'm wearing, like, anything that is
revealing.
Not what I would wear to work. I'm not kidding. I'm not interested. It is way too revealing for me. It's too vulnerable. I would prefer to just keep everything business-like.
What about skiing?
Okay.
What about ski? What about a ski vacation?
Now skiing's not a vacation. I'd go on a ski day.
But not multiple days.
No, because it starts getting really personal when you're kind of in a living situation.
Well, yeah,
with
that's
people.
Friends are personal. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I guess there's sort of a limit
So
for me.
you guys are not friends. You're coworkers. You're amicable coworkers.
Why marry the cow when you can get the chocolate cake for free?
No, there's that. That's true. Here's the thing. They say that if you're looking to make friends, don't expect to meet someone once, immediately hit it off, and then become best buds overnight. They say it takes some time. Find something you're into. It could be like a coffee shop, a sewing circle, pickleball, church, things like that. And then you get into conversations. And then over time, as it feels a bit more comfortable, as you notice that you've got things in common, then you invite them to do something outside of the place you know them from.
Yeah,
and that's where the friendship would come
I've
in.
not vacationed with any of my friends. I've gone on a vacation 2 times, 2 ski trips with the same couple. Charlie and I have gone with. That is it. Most of my dearest friends I've never vacationed with.
I know. I just giving you a hard time.
That to me seems weird to be planning big group trips.
Yeah, I don't know.
I shouldn't say weird. It just seems like something. I guess I don't know many people who do that.
I don't either.
I think it's weird you don't.
Well, when I was single, my friends and I, we would go places.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But
single vacation.
No, I mean since I've been married, we've never gone on a vacation with friends.
Other couples. Yeah.
What? It just hasn't happened.
Never.
It just hasn't happened.
We have.
It doesn't mean we wouldn't. It just...
You've been married since the Great Depression. What do you mean you haven't been on vacation since you've been married with friends?
Not with other friends.
Okay, still.
I don't know, man. We're raising kids our whole lives, and I don't know.
I've been on numerous friend vacations and group vacations.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. I mean, even, my best friend's lake house. I mean, that turns into 3, 4, 5 couples at a time that are all at the lake house.
Yeah.
I've vacationed with family, like my in-laws. We've gone on long weekends together. In-laws, I've done that with. My own family, I've done that with. but I just never vacation with friends. Like I said, we did maybe a couple years in a row. We went to Breckenridge and skied with the same couple who we are friends with. That's it. That's my entire marriage. That's it.
All right. They do say it's happening less and less now. Obviously, again, people are busier. There's a lot more going on. They also say social media plays into it because before you got together with friends to like catch up, now you kind of see everything that's happening on social media. So there's not as much catching up to do because you see everything step by step.
Yeah.
So,
I also think people friend around a little loosely as far as what defines a friend.
What defines a friend?
For me, a friend is somebody, if you got pulled over at 2 a.m. for a DUI and went to jail and needed somebody to come bail you out, you could call that person and they would come and get you.
I would do that for you.
And I would do that for Kelly in a heartbeat.
I would do that for you.
I think I would do it for you, Goose, but I need a little more time.
Fair enough. I get it.
I'd do it for you. 2 a.m.
appreciate that.
Charlie and I will come get you.
I appreciate that very much.
That's a friend.
But not vacationing with your friend. That is so... I look forward to the friend vacation.
I would do it. I would do it for sure.
No, listen. Yeah, okay. Okay. It's just...
You got nothing. You got nothing. Fair enough. Okay.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right, let's start your not so breaking news with an item that nobody asked for. Suckable chicken noodle soup flavored cough drops.
Ew.
This is so bad. Progresso, the soup company, has just released... Well, actually, let me rephrase. They haven't even released them because they sold out before they even officially hit the shelves. They say, don't worry, we're making more. But it's exactly what it sounds like. Little cough drop sized, shaped chicken broth cough drops. This just sounds god-awful. The company says the chicken noodle soup flavored drops taste like broth, savory veggies, soft egg noodles, and a sprinkle of parsley. $2.49 for the package of 20 lozenges.
Nah.
This is not what I'm sucking on if I need to clear my throat.
Although,
that sounded horrible.
Like, have you ever made rice pilaf and it has that, like, spice pack? Like, you put the rice in, but it also has that spice pack that you, like, pour in over it.
Like rice-a-roni?
Does it have a spice pack?
Yeah.
So I always love to taste the spice just by itself. Yum. It's so good. It's salty. I might be convinced to try one of these, like, cough drops. I would try it, but I do love like a mentholy flavor, like a cherry Ludens. Yum!
Yeah, I'll eat cherry Ludens like candy.
Yes,
they're delicious.
But you're not going to eat like a chicken broth.
Not
flavor.
a chicken
no.
broth. And
I'll just have like chicken noodle soup.
Right, I would rather have chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
But like room temperature or cold chicken noodle soup, I don't think tastes good. So I can't imagine just a regular cough drop.
I do want to try one though. There's something I feel curious about it. I'd like to try it.
I wonder if these are going to be the new things that like grandparents carry in their pockets that get covered in like pocket lint instead of the Werther's Originals. Yeah. Start carrying around chicken flavored cough drops. Let's see. Coming from the category of why can't this happen to me, up in Michigan, a man went shopping and had a bit of spare change left over, so he said, you know what? I'm going to grab a lottery ticket at Jerry's party store with his loose change, which he did, and he will now collect $25,000 a year for life.
Oh, lucky dog.
Yep, just happened to pick up a spare lottery ticket in the Cash for Life, Lucky for Life ticket, checked his numbers, and sure enough, on the third line, he had all the matching numbers, which will now get him $25,000 a year for life.
That's a nice bonus.
I love it.
Have you ever had a big win? Do you gamble at all? You lottery?
I do.
Casino, anything?
I buy lottery tickets
Have you
from time to time.
What was your biggest win?
$2.
Really? You've never even hit like the hundo before?
Never. I only buy
one?
like when it's like a large lottery or whatever, just for fun.
Yeah, if the
I never hit
Powerball,
anything.
if the Powerball gets to like 500 million, that's when I start with a half a billion. That's when I start buying.
That's 200 million. I mean, what
But Nora and I are a sucker for the casinos.
Yeah, I've won 100 on a scratch off. That kind of thing.
Will you ask Thick Rick what he won in fantasy football last year?
Oh, I mean, that is a form of gambling, Thick. What did you win in
It
Vegas?
is not.
All right, don't
Of
pick
course
nits
it
here. Just tell
is.
them what you want.
No.
Of
Just
course
tell-
it is. If you're putting money on it,
Nope. Dude, according to our government, it is not.
it's okay. But you're still putting in money to win some money.
Well, yeah, but I mean, okay, so if you compete in a golf tournament, is that gambling?
No.
You're putting in money to win money.
not necessarily. Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it is gambling.
Anyways.
I don't. Okay, real quick. What constitutes the difference between whether it's gambling or not is whether it's a game of skill or a game of chance.
So Texas Hold'em isn't gambling?
Yes.
It's a game of skill.
Well, but it's a game
Blackjack?
of chance. You don't control the cards you're dealt.
You don't control what the football players
I control
do.
the players
You
that
don't
I
control
draft.
what they do on the.
I understand that, but
Okay,
that's
my
what-
whole point
so
was
bad
just to let you know how much he won.
I'm just telling you what the government says, and they said it's not.
Because we all know the government's always right on their definition.
Well, I'm just telling you.
Back to the original
Chance,
question.
$21,000 he won in fantasy football money. That's pretty good.
That is an impressive take. That is
Yeah.
way more than I've ever won at the casino.
And guess what? You should hope that he wins again because he always buys gifts for the room.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
That's so nice. All right, final story for your not-so-breaking news. A lot of companies offer perks. A lot of times, especially in today's workplace, it can be about a perk that will attract you to a job. What is this company going to offer? If they're all going to offer healthcare, matching 401k, and 2 weeks vacation, what is this other job going to get me in terms of a perk?
Right.
Well, a new Japanese company says that they are trying to attract new employees because of the demand for high qualified employees coming into the workplace, that they are now offering free drinks and a hangover leave. They have said that they want to increase starting wages and offer drinking breaks if you need a little break to take. And then if you decide to have a little bit too much, they're also going to give you hangover leave. So you don't have to take away from your sick days. You don't have to take away from your vacation days.
Wow.
This is straight up going to be hangover leave.
How fancy.
So that's something you might want to find in your work perks and head on over to Japan. That might become the new regular thing. That is your not so breaking news. Welcome to your Tuesday. I almost said Wednesday. I almost skipped an entire day.
Damn.
Looking forward to midweek. Not quite there yet. Tuesday. We do have some weather rolling in. Speaking of Wednesday, watch for that wintry mix rolling in tomorrow. Could cause some problems on the drive. We're going to get more of that sleet, rain, snow mix that we had.
Yay.
When was that? Friday? We had that nastiest weather.
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday.
Something like that.
Be prepared. That's rolling in. Question for you. What is your most impressive life stat? And this runs the gamut. This could be anything. I mean, I remember reading this, I think it was on Reddit, and someone said, I want to know the amount of Oreo cookies I've eaten. Could be in the hundreds of thousands.
Wow, it could
There you
be.
That would be an impressive life stat.
Yeah.
Could be.
800-821-9970. Give us a call. What is your most impressive life stat? Kelly, can you think of one?
I would love/hate to know the number of hours I've spent on TikTok since COVID. It's been an impressive amount.
Okay.
That I would say another impressive/sad life stat is that I have spent years practicing the piano,
I knew it.
taking lessons as an adult, even
Okay.
taking lessons.
Uh-huh.
All right, and I still am not proficient at it. That is absolutely truth.
How
I
many
would love
years
to
have
be
you
able.
been taking
Well, I
lessons?
took as a child.
Uh-huh.
I took lessons as a child, not for long, but then I restarted lessons at the age of 50, and I took for some years, several years, 4 years maybe.
Yeah.
And then quit when COVID hit because my teacher, we stopped doing in-person lessons.
Yeah.
I quit. But I spent hours upon hours. Malcolm Gladwell says 10,000 hours and you're an expert at something.
Yep.
That's not true. And I can say
You're
that
not there yet.
firsthand. Absolutely not even close.
So it's impressive how bad you are at picking up an instrument.
Exactly. I mean,
Okay.
I can fumble around on it. I can pick out something okay. I can read music okay. but I cannot put it together.
So can you play like Three Blind Mice? Or
I can play. I mean, I really am like I really do work on some decent pieces in my life.
Do you want to take a step back to the recorder? Like, what is it you want to?
No.
The recorder. Oh,
I still like to just keep hope alive. That's what keeps me in front of the piano.
What's the most complicated thing you can play on the piano?
I mean, I don't know. I can play some Brahms, maybe a little bit of. Yeah,
that's pretty proficient. I mean,
well, okay, I can just because I can play the notes does not mean that
okay.
it,
tonk, tonk, tink.
Okay, all right. Thick, what's your most lifestyle?
I was thinking about the number of hours I have been on a bass boat, or the number of hours I've been watching football or playing video games. But I would say, really, honestly, the most impressive thing I can say is that I have managed to somehow stay married to the most amazing woman in the world for 31 years.
That's a good amount of time, especially in today's world.
Yeah. Except in a fight, has she been wanting to like pack up and you're like, oh, if I could just beg you for one more weekend, and then you convinced her to stay?
Maybe subliminally.
Okay.
I told you, I think one of these days she's going to just...
We had this thing, well, let me rephrase. I had this thing in our relationship when Nora and I started for probably the first year and a half. And if she did something that I really enjoyed, I was like, all right, you got 2 more weeks. You earned 2 more weeks. Okay. I would have to say your most impressive life stat, Thick, would be your number 1 ranking in Madden football. That's an impressive life stat.
That is.
Madden 2001 for 6 weeks. I was ranked number 1 in the world.
That's pretty crazy.
What about you, Goose?
My most impressive life stat would have to be probably my skydives. The fact that I've got 320 something skydives.
No kidding.
Great.
Yeah.
How many times did you go?
Once.
Oh.
I've been one time, and it was the most terrifying experience of my life. Wow. So you go solo. You
absolutely.
don't go tandem anymore. You don't need it.
No. I used to jump every weekend. I would go and hang out at the drop zone and would do 5-6 jumps a day. Yeah, once I got my license, and that's the thing. Once you get your license to jump solo, then a whole new thing opens up. I mean, I've done hula hoop jumps. We've done boat jumps where you sit in 6 people in a raft and you push it out.
Oh, he's done it all.
I got dropped out of a B-52 bomber.
Whoa.
They open up the bomb bay. You kneel down and hold your legs like a cannonball, and they just open the bomb bay doors, and you just fall out.
Are you kidding me?
No.
This is nuts.
I had one time, so 300 is quite a few jumps. But you went tandem, I'm assuming. You went one time.
I went tandem one time.
So to become a tandem instructor, you have to jump a minimum of 500 times before you're allowed to train
Hook
to become.
Someone up to you.
Yeah. And then you have to go through a training process.
Okay.
And part of the training process is you take experienced jumpers like me with you, and I play you.
Yeah.
I play
the inexperienced one. Yes.
And so it's my job to screw you up because people freak out. You don't know what they're going to do, and you have to know how to handle the situation if someone freaks out midair. So I'm the student jumper. My friend's going to get his license, and we jump out, and they tell you, they tap you on the shoulder, and that's when you're supposed to put your arms out so you can level flight. Well, when he tapped my shoulders, I grabbed his arms, and I pulled him in, and I held them to my chest really, really tight. And if you don't have your arms out, you've got no stability. So we're just tumbling and rolling and falling, and we get close to the point where it's like, okay, we got to pull the chute. So he just cocks back and goes, "Bow!" and headbutts me in the back of the head. And I'm like, oh.
He knocked you out?
Knocked me out cold. Yeah. He had to do something, otherwise we were hitting the ground. I would have let go eventually, obviously.
I hope.
But you got to learn what to do.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
He just blasted me in the back of the skull.
Oh, my gosh.
And knocked me out cold.
Virginia said Goose is an adrenaline junkie. Yes, Virginia, he is.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll do anything, without a doubt.
I'm never tandem jumping with you, by the way, after that story.
I wouldn't want to take someone I haven't jumped in like 10 years. I mean, it's been a while. I would love to go again, but it's been a while since we've...
Yeah, but like you have kids now and stuff too.
It's a little different.
Yeah,
no, it's definitely a little different.
Wow.
Let's see. Dave says, my life stat, I've never hit a deer and I've survived 51 years. Okay, that's a pretty good life stat.
Lucky.
I've definitely hit a deer.
I've hit a deer myself.
Yeah.
0389 says the amount of money I've spent on the devil's lettuce in the last 40 years.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Well, there's another one.
Chrissy says, my most impressive life stat is giving birth to a 10-pound baby. Oh!
Oh Oh, holy cow.
That is most certainly impressive.
Oh, you deserve a trophy.
Doug said yet another example of what happened to the back of Goose's head.
Very good, sir. Very good. Talking about the picture I posted on like my first day of my deformed head that I absolutely hated.
That's really not deformed, by the way. It just
Terrible
is a weird
angle.
shot.
But
Yeah.
that is a great take. I love that take, Doug. All right, tell us something Tuesday. I don't know. I just made that up. What's your most impressive life stat? 800-821-9970, 99-700.
Wolfman says he's been around 30 years and never had a headache.
Never had a headache?
Never had a headache in 30 years.
Really?
Yes.
That's a medical study right
you
there.
have a superior system.
Maybe that's a benefit of being a Wolfman. I don't.
8983 said played volleyball in high school, was the first server, and won the game. Didn't have a side out or rotated at all. Kathleen, way to
How
go.
about that, Kathleen?
As a former semi-pro volleyball player, that's impressive.
Wow.
Very good.
Kelly says, my most impressive feat is when I was working as a customer service manager for campus parking, and I never told a single customer to F off. Oh, well done.
That is very impressive.
Can you do this? Ryan asked if you've ever skydived into the big house. Do they do that?
Oh, they do that all the time.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I wonder if they do it. Do they
Yeah,
do it
they'll
to
have-
Horseshoe?
They'll have the Black Knights jump in for pre-game shows and things like
Yeah,
that.
there's a no-fly zone over Ohio Stadium during games. I'm sure it's the same
No,
way at the Big
I
House,
know, but I mean, can you do that outside of game times? Is that something you can pay
Oh,
to do?
no. They have it's like the pregame show.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I've never done that. I would love to. The only mishap I ever had while skydiving was over a kids soccer tournament. They paid us to fly in like they do before, games and stuff with the flag. And my chute was late, and I almost bounced in front of about 1,000 young kids playing in a soccer tournament. Yeah.
Honey says the number of random trivia facts that are stuck in my head is my lifestyle.
Love that.
That's kind of good, though. You're good at a party.
Luna, I'm with you. She says, I've never been stung, and I've never had any bone-related injuries. I've never broken a bone before.
No kidding.
Ever. I did get stung, which is why I hate bees so much. One flew in my mouth, and I spit it out, and it got me on the lip.
I sat on a bee once.
Right in the butt?
Mm-hmm. It hurts. A
bees
lip one
petrify
feels
me.
worse. That feels worse.
Yeah, my bottom lip was touching my nose. Like, that's how swollen it was.
Lisa said she ran a half marathon with a broken toe. That's impressive. Wow.
Ronnie says, did security for Metallica, Linkin Park, and Limp Bizkit show at the Horseshoe in 2003?
That's
kinda,
fun.
That's kind of cool, man.
Yeah, that's great.
Sean hasn't thrown up in 25 years.
Wow.
That's an impressive life stat.
That
You
is.
haven't thrown up in how long?
25 years.
25 years, no throwing up? Wow.
Oh, if I could never throw up again, that would be great.
Wait a minute.
Terrible feeling.
Oh, it is awful.
Oh.
I mean, straight up look like a lowercase C. Just the full back arch.
Oh, God.
All right. Karen says, my life stat is I've sat face to face with at least 3 different serial killers. I'm a corrections nurse.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh, oh, I need those stories. Like, I know you can't tell them all on text, but yeah, that is wild.
I don't know if I want to do that. Although there was a stat not that long ago, and it was a very high number. I want to say up in like the 70s. 70% of us have walked past a murderer before.
Yeah, I believe that.
And always like, how close have you come to being murdered? Because it's a super high number for sure. You got another one, Thick?
Matt said he's never had COVID, although his missus just had it all last week. But he doesn't have it. Well, maybe you're immune. There are some people who our doctor said there are some people who just will not get it.
Charlie has never gotten it, and
That's
I've
right.
had COVID 3 times?
Yeah, that's right.
Wild.
3 times? Oh, yeah, just the ones for me.
Yeah.
800-821-9970, or of course you can shoot us a text, 99700. We would love to know your most impressive life stat, 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, all right, I'm listening.
The 3 things you need to know before you go.
Governor DeWine has nominated former Buckeye football coach Jim Tressel to be his next lieutenant governor. Tressel is 72. He retired a year and a half ago as president of Youngstown State University. He will need the approval of the state legislature to take the position vacated by John Husted, who left the job last month after DeWine tapped him to fill the U.S. Senate seat left open by J.D. Vance's election as vice president. A former fire official and 911 operator in Southeast Ohio has been sentenced to prison for starting fires in the Wayne National Forest. 52-year-old James Bartels of Rio Grande, east of Lucasville, admitted to starting 26 fires. 26 fires this guy started in the forest in 2022. He says, I wanted to give my fellow firefighters something to do. Officials say more than 1,300 acres of federal and state land were burned, and the firefighting operations cost over $600,000. He's only getting between 7 and 18 months in prison for that.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that, and you will go to prison, I guess. Bryan Adams, we all know Bryan Adams.
We think that...
Oh, sorry.
Maybe you're all I want. And everything. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, but isn't this is from the best version of Robin Hood ever made.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That was a great Robin Hood.
Kevin Costner was the man. Morgan Freeman was even more the man.
So people paid,
and Alan Rickman, of course. I mean, you can't go wrong with Alan Rickman.
People paid good money in Perth, Australia to see Bryan Adams perform on Sunday night. But the whole thing was canceled. Why? Because there was a massive fatberg blocking the city's sewer system.
Whoops.
So they didn't want to add to that with a bunch of people swilling beer and eating fatty foods. So we all know what fatbergs are. They're these huge masses of congealed grease, cooking fat, and other waste that can kind of come together. I guess when people flush wet wipes, that helps trap the grease, and then it just sort of builds upon itself.
Oh, those disposable wipes are the absolute worst thing you can use.
You cannot flush them. You're not supposed to. So, yeah, they had this gigantic fatberg that was blocking the city's sewer system in Perth, Australia. So the whole concert had to be canceled. They gave refunds, etc., and they'll have to reschedule and all, but that's pretty wild. These fatbergs are a blight on society. When you're going to cancel a Bryan Adams show, something needs to be done. And those are your 3 things.
The Central Ohio Home and Garden Show, February 15th through the 23rd at the Ohio Expo Center. Indoor gardens, valuable home and garden advice. If you're looking to make some changes this spring.
Are you a gardener?
Do a little outdoor work. Yeah, gardener.
It is just a great way to relieve stress, man.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
You know why? Because you can't mess up. What if you try to grow?
You can't mess up.
If you grow something, you screw it up, you start over. The dirt's still there. You pull the crap out, you start again. It's great.
Yeah, that's kind of costly, though.
You can F it up. Well, it's really, especially if you're just using like seeds or some cheap, whatever you're planting.
I've got too much ADHD to sit there and water properly and keep an eye on this and pick at the right time and churn the butter or turn the soil or whatever you got to do.
I don't know about all that.
Whatever you got to do to keep the plants healthy.
I just pick seeds or plant in the ground and stuff happens.
You got to do things.
Well, you got to keep them watered.
But thankfully, there are people that are very good at it and know what they're doing and enjoy it. So if that is you and you want to win a 4-pack of tickets to the Central Ohio Home and Garden Show, we've got your chance all week. Very simple. Every single day, right about this time, we're going to play you a song, a clip that is from a song that deals with or has flowers, gardening. Am I missing another outdoors involved, right?
It's just really
flowers.
Flowers mostly.
Okay, great.
So it surrounds flowers.
Songs revolving off flowers. All you got to do is identify the song. You're going to win the 4-pack of tickets. First person to text us and answer 99700 is going to win. Thick, what is today's clip?
Good tune.
All right, if you know that one, it definitely has to do with flowers. Then shoot us the answer right now, 99-700. First person to give us the correct answer will win that 4-pack of tickets to the Central Ohio Home and Garden Show, 99.7 The Blitz. I think the new rule should be we play that song every morning. If that one doesn't get you hyped, I don't know. Do what will.
Toxic.
Yeah. Absolutely love that song. All right, we have got a 4-pack of tickets to give away to the Central Ohio Home and Garden Show every single day this week. Right around 9:10, we'll play you a clip from a song that deals with like flowers, things of that nature. Identify the song, and we're going to get you hooked up with those tickets. Think who's our winner?
Well, this was the clip. And that would be Morning Glory from Oasis.
Good song.
Yeah, good tune. And Olivia Boysell from Hilliard was the first one to text in the correct answer. So she's got the 4-pack of tickets.
Wow, hopefully you're good enough to get some Morning Glory. Morning Glory actually is a flower.
Yep.
In case you were wondering.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
Let's see if we can learn Thick Rick to press the right buttons.
That's better.
That'd be a good one. Here's some stuff for you to know today. Make you a little bit smarter than you were when you woke up this morning. I asked before the break, what was the highest number that's ever been counted to out loud? Highest number is 1 million. It took the guy 89 days, with each day averaging just over 11,200 numbers per day.
Wow.
To count to 1 million. Yeah. Counting to quadrillion or whatever number you said, you don't have enough lifespan to count that high. But even every day, waking up, counting, going to sleep, waking up, counting, going to sleep, counting all the way to 1 million. It is illegal to reincarnate in China without government permission. So don't even think about reincarnation.
Yeah.
Without government permission.
Real quick, how many did he count to each day? Going back to the last story.
About 11,200.
Okay, well, I feel like he's counting. There's 86,000 seconds in a day.
Okay.
Didn't you count a number a second?
even if you take
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
even
9.
if you take half of that, there's 86,000 seconds in a day.
Yeah.
So you're down to 43,000 seconds of awake time. So you're counting 4 numbers every second.
You said he's doing 11,000 a day.
11,200
per day.
Numbers per day.
But there's 86,000 seconds in a day.
Oh, so maybe he's doing it more clearly. 1,
I guess.
2, 3. The female blanket octopus is over 70 times larger than the male. She's about 6 feet. He's less than an inch. So for mating, he basically swims up inside her, breaks off his junk, and then leaves.
Oh, my God. That must be like a water creature thing, because all the female fish are bigger than the male fish.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. The national animal of Scotland is the unicorn. Don't you think you would want a real animal as your...
Don't spoil it for them.
Okay. Sorry, kids. I did not know this. Some cats are allergic to people. We shed like animals do when it comes to skin and hair, and there are some cats that have a human allergy to our dander, if you will. It's pretty rare.
Okay.
But it does happen.
Well, some people are allergic to cats. So.
And finally, there have been a lot of talk about eggs nowadays and the prices. Do you know what the 100 folds in a chef's hat represents? You know, the white, tall chef's hats that you see them wear, and they're folded over and over and over again to make that cylinder shape.
Right.
So it's got 100 folds in it. Do you know what that represents?
I don't.
It represents the 100 different ways to make an egg.
No kidding.
Yep, absolutely. It's according to the Reluctant Gourmet, It started years ago, and it's apparently how many different ways you can make an egg. So if you want to wear yourself a little chef's hat, that's what you're representing. That's learning you some stuff on a Tuesday morning.